This is a headline that you predicted, and you've said it many, many, many times right here on the Keiser Report over the past few years, and that is the leveraged buyout of the stock exchange of the U.S. equity markets. This is what the slow motion LBO of the stock market looks like. LBO being leveraged buyout, and that started while you were on Wall Street, the trend for leveraged buyouts. But this is the chart from JP Morgan. It just shows you the stock available for the public to buy. There's less and less of it as companies buy more and more of their shares back.
I thought that was an ad for Viagra.
If I turned it upside down.
Oh, right. Of course. Well, we have discussed this many times, and I'm glad to see that it's finally getting some recognition out there in the financial press, this phenomenon of neo-feudalism coming back into the economy due to rampant mergers and acquisitions fueled by free money. So what this all means is that the number of stocks traded on the New York Stock Exchange and other exchanges is shrinking because these companies are being bought out. They're being taken private using leverage buyout. So just to refresh people's memory, a leverage buyout is that you're using the collateral of a company you're set to acquire as the collateral for the money you need to borrow to buy that company. And then after you buy the company, you return the money you borrowed to the bank that was borrowed to you based on the fact that you had put up the collateral of the company that you're acquiring. So just think about that for a second. In other words, like during the Mike Milken days, corporate raiders like Carl Icahn or Ron Perlman, they would go to Mike Milken and say, here's a company, they've got billions of dollars worth of assets on the books. I want to put their assets up as collateral to borrow the $10 billion I need to buy them. And then they would buy them, and then they would split the company up into many pieces and fire lots of people and raid the pension account and destroy capitalism as we know it and make off with billions of dollars. And we ended up with America's oligarchy of billionaire corporate raiders, which we now call activist investors. And the trend has resulted in terminal capitalism, where the rats have been given unlimited credit and no regulations, and they are killing the golden goose. Soon there will be no stocks to buy at all, no opportunity to excel at all, and we're back to serfdom. It's the road to serfdom for real, not that fake version that referenced fake communism, but the real road to serfdom brought on by unfettered capitalism.
Actually, when you were talking like that, it made me realize that the politicians have kind of tried to help as there's been a leveraged buyout of the stock market and entire industries, and you see that with the company formation. There are no companies formed anymore in America compared to what it used to be like in the 70s and 80s. It's a decline in the number of new company formations. But in that time, what has happened is the amount of deposit you need to put down on a property is basically offering the same sort of deal. If you're a certain class of person who can get a mortgage, 100% mortgage. Remember, before the financial crisis, they were offering like 110% mortgages in some places where you didn't need to put up anything. They would actually give you the deposit. They would loan you the deposit and loan you the money to fix the place up and then flip it.